Hello, all of you. Almost reaching 2000 subscribers with all your support. Still, 48% of the viewers are unsubscribed. Let it be two-way help. Please subscribe to your channel. I think now you know that most of our classes are live. So you will get notified and you will get the best of the inspiration. I'm not even saying motivation. I can inspire people. That much trust I have. Chalo. Time is very precious for you and me. So here we are together to discuss around 200 DT MCQs, bit questions. Now this material, I could not convert it actually. So as it is, I have taken, this is little older one. To be very frank, I'm saying, because DT answers are changing every 6 months. And already I have made one separate video for the paper pattern for 60 plus strategy, where in 20 minutes I have discussed exactly there is no student who doesn't know DT, but कहाँ आपकी क्या गलती हो रही है एक बार जरूर से check it. 60 plus वाला video, CMA paper pattern in just 7 minutes, and chapter wise revision video is there. DT marathon part 1 and 2 is there, and this time's CMA and earlier in the playlist all the MTPs are solved. So if you feel one day before exam I want to solve the MTP, that is also there in YouTube. So please check, and any doubts you have, contact number is there. You can click the picture, send your query. You all are my students, whether you subscribe to channel or not. Subscription is like you will get notified and I will also feel good that already the journey is going so superb with all your support and sharing. So now in bit questions, how to solve the bit questions. I don't want to take a jadoo ki pudiya kya tic tac toe and this is the answer. No. Analyze the answer. 90% what happens, the answer we get, which is maybe a right answer, good. If it is wrong answer, the wrong answer is very nearby to right answer. So how to be alert for that, I will solve and show. Some of the MCQs are very easy, 15 MCQs for 30 marks. So I suggest you to start with MCQs, then in the descriptive do what you know best. Then again you can come and do the remaining MCQs. Everyone I'm suggesting black ballpoint use करना है, reasoning नहीं लिखना है MCQ का, and you can definitely make in your answer sheet a small rough work for MCQ, so that question number 8 pending, 11 pending you can write. While solving MCQs, if you have any doubts, say, and if you feel this was helpful, you want similar MCQ session for GST also and for custom also, message me. We'll surely take that tomorrow. Many of the students are not watching because they are writing to group. So all the best to all of you preparing for audit. And if you're listening to me, stop watching this now. ट्रस्ट मी डियर स्टूडेंट्स, जिस दिन डीटी का पेपर हो जाएगा यही मैं बोलूंगी कि वहीं छोड़ दो उसको और कॉस्टिंग की स्ट्रेटेजी नेक्स्ट एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर करो. यू ऑल हैव दिस कंट्रोल. चलो, so let us begin. Ready to go? If you are live with me and if you are preparing for upcoming September, December, January 25, any of the further exam, then it is the same for all of you. Take a pause. If you're watching as recording, pause the video, try to answer, play it. There will be a different kind of fun in learning all this. Okay? Right. Can you see the screen now? Choose the correct answers. You just have to write the bits better. No, nothing then. And right now also you can take part. Number of identities included in the definition of a person. Definition of person is given in section 231 and it is having individuals, HUFs, AOP, BOI, partnership firm, company and other artificial judicial person, local authority and all. Okay. Trust questions we are going to ignore because now we are not having much in detail. I told you this is having some extra questions. Of course, I should have isko hata ke baki sabko, to give to typist and do. I didn't get that much time because the whole team is busy right now doing the best of the work for the costing practice batch going on for September 24 and December 24 CA CMA exam. तो पर मैं आपको बेस्ट दूंगी, ट्रस्ट मी. चलो, Deductions available under 24A from NAV. How much deduction is available? 30% standard deduction is available. Expenditure incurred by a businessman for software. Software looks like intangible asset, but it is not intangible asset. It is not depreciated at 25%. It is depreciated at 40%. ये पुराना है तो 60 है, but 40%. Okay. Basic exemption limit for residents, senior citizen, 80 years and above, 2.55 lakh. Followed all of you. I may be going little fast, but best if you can do it with me. If you're watching as recording, I'm literally saying there's a time gap in आप live answer दो और मैं करूं तब तक. I don't know, I cannot record and then upload. तो मैं तो live ले रही हूँ. आपको जब देखना है देख के आप आंसर दें. Pause the video. Answer it and then move ahead. That's what I'm saying. Provisions relating to interest on delay payment of refund. 234 ABC are for interest which you pay on the late payment, and for refund it is 244A. ठीक है, इतना important नहीं है. But there are many MCQs coming up which are very important. Which of the following can be corrected while processing the return of income? Arithmetical error. When your 143.1 is your normal assessment, if there are any technical errors that you have written PPF 1,50,000 but you didn't claim, you can claim. The beautiful part of the MCQs is there is no grouping. Okay, coming 10 questions are all house property, then business head. So enjoy this. Notice under 156. I'm saying it is for interfinal all students. CA Inter students don't have this assessment procedure, but CMA Inter do have. So one or two questions, if you know, fine. If you're feeling, ma'am, ये तो मैंने कभी पढ़ा नहीं है, टेंशन मत लो, CA के सिलेबस में ये नहीं है, but आपको मजा आएगा, बहुत अच्छे questions हैं, and you will really enjoy it in a very lighter way. Notice under 156 is called as demand notice. When we say to someone that you have to pay this much tax, that's a demand notice. Penalties we don't want to do. The equalization levy sub final में अभी नहीं करना, उसको छोड़ो. Surcharge applicable to foreign company. Indian company, the rate of tax is 30%. Foreign company, the rate of tax is high. So surcharge is low, 2% and 5%. Indian company, the tax is low. So the surcharge are high, 7% and 12%. So here the rate of surcharge for foreign company, कौन सा आएगा? 2% or 5%. Have they given the income? That how much is the income did they give you? No, then we will take it as 2%. Yeah, they've given no. Total income is 8 crore. So up to 10 crore income for a foreign company, the surcharge rate is 2%. Had the income been 18 crore, we would have taken 5%. Now, very important for MCQs is ICDS. Many times I make 1 minute knowledge for this also. ICDS is Income Computation Disclosure Standards. There are 10 standards which are given in your business head to be followed while computing which income, business head and other source. See, capital gain is different. Salary comes on the accrual basis and all. So where you have to follow the income tax computation standards in profits and gains and income from other sources. Okay, right. New plant and machinery acquired is put to use by SSE engaged in power sector. Is it also eligible for additional depreciation? Additional depreciation, you remember? A manufacturing unit can claim up to 20%, right? So answer here is 20%. Confusion for many students is, अरे normal तो 20% additional depreciation मिलता है manufacturing unit को, power को भी मिलेगा. Answer is yes. Maximum amount of exemption available in respect of the VRS. Voluntary retirement scheme is 5 lakh. Leave salary, there's a change. It's not 3 lakh now, it's 25 lakhs. That's why I'm saying amendment video देख के जाओ. नहीं तो amendment का only 2 lectures are there, one hour. If not, amendment PDF is there, that you check and go. An individual can claim deduction from his gross total income in respect of expenditure for medical treatment of a dependent, being a person with disability, up to maximum limit. How much? So individual can claim deduction for medical treatment of disability. Person with disability, with section this is 80 double D. If you are maintaining a handicap, you can claim flat deduction of 1,25,000. If that handicapped himself is filing his return, he can claim it under section 80U. 80U लिखने जा रही हूँ तो स्क्रीन ही स्टकअप हो गई. 1 second, dear students. Okay. Is my speed fine? All of you watching me live can comment. Next. Dividend from a company. Superb questions. I am marking the question जो MCQ में बहुत आते हैं. उसको मैं 5 star ही खिला रही हूँ. Dividend from a company which is engaged in agricultural income is agricultural income, business income, partly agricultural income, none. It is simply taxable income. See, agricultural company is doing agricultural activity, so company ki income is exempt. But company giving dividend to shareholders, it will be taxable in the hands of the shareholders. Clear to all of you? ऐसे तो I am working in an agricultural company, exempt my salary. No, you are not doing agricultural activity. You are working as an employee in agricultural company. Your salary will be taxable. Short-term capital gain, which is not covered under 111A. You remember what is 111A? Those listed shares where STT is charged. So they are taxable at normal tax. I want to repeat, short-term capital gain agar 111A hai, those securities on which security transaction tax is charged, it's taxable at 15%. Otherwise, remaining short-term capital gain is taxable at normal slab rates. Loss from house property can be carried forward and set off in subsequent 8 years if the return of loss is filed on time, even if return is not filed on time. In set off carry forward chapter, if you want to carry forward all the losses, you have to file your return on time, except house property losses and unabsorbed depreciation. Even if you have filed your return late, still you can carry forward. Basic exemption limit of non-resident, it's a partnership firm. तो क्या होगा? 250, 3 lakh, 5 lakh, none of these. अरे none of this. Why none of this? Because partnership firm को कोई basic exemption ही नहीं होता ना. Partnership firm's income is taxable at flat 30%. Am I covering up the extra knowledge also, linked knowledge? And is the speed fine? Please comment below because I can't assess. If I give some problem and you're doing the answer and giving correct, मुझे 10 minute relaxation भी मिलेगा. यहाँ तो मैं नॉन स्टॉप बोल रही हूँ, तो एटलीस्ट आप कमेंट तो कर सकते हो ना. So much is given in the YouTube, then at least surely promise me you will subscribe till your exam. Then it's your wish. Of course, after exam, we have planned very nice skill enhancer series for other skill enhancement of all the students. Deduction under section 194 in respect of dividend. If the payee furnishes PAN is 10%. TDS कितना कटता है dividend पे? 10%. Tax payable by a resident If he has a long-term capital gain 260, but not other income. Okay. Now, if he is a resident individual, he is having long-term capital gain 2,60,000. Okay. Will he get basic exemption? Yes, because he is a resident. Resident people get basic exemption from capital gain also. And remaining 10,000 will be taxable at it's long-term capital gain, na? 20%. So it will be 2,000 jo answer hai hi nahi. So we will write none of above. 2,50,000 basic exemption, but remaining 10,000 will directly be taxable at 20%, 2,000 and 4% e-cess. Winning of lotteries 50,000, expenses are given. What is the taxable income? 50,000. I want to repeat: casual income, lottery income, KBC, pricing, gaming. These incomes are taxable without any expenditure allowed. कोई भी expenditure allowed नहीं होगा. No loss can be set off. No basic exemption, nothing. And after in 50,000, if 30%, 15,000 TDS is deducted. And if I get 35,000, still what will be taxable? Gross amount. Beautiful, no? We are clearing all this. Net salary after deducting TDS is 10,000 is 250. What will be the taxable salary? Net काट TDS काट के अगर 10,000 काट के 250 है तो taxable will be 260. Followed or not? If salary में TDS is deducted 10,000 and now it is 250, add that 10,000. Okay. Amount of deduction in respect of donation to approved scientific research institution under 80 GGA, 80 GGA, B, C, all these are 100%. 80 GGA is for donation to political parties, but it is 100%. Agricultural land, if it is located in rural area, that's 8 kilometers beyond the city limit and all. It is a capital asset, it is not a capital asset, exempted or not. It's not a capital asset. Now look at these answers. Rural agricultural land is exempted capital asset. Why? Because it is not a capital asset. Capital asset ke list mein movable, fluctuating, immovable, except rural agricultural land. And those gold bonds and bearer bonds. समझ में आ रहा है? So agricultural land, if it is rural, it is not a capital asset. Little loose answer is this one, exempted capital asset. Agricultural income is exempt under section 10(1). Agricultural land, it's not a capital asset. Language difference. So I'm giving you alert sign. Huh? Deduction under 193 in respect of interest on securities if the payee does not give the PAN. Whenever we want to deduct TDS and if the payee is not giving the PAN, then we deduct it at double the rate. Double the rate or 20%, whichever is there, तो कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है इसमें. So none of the above. 26 MCQs completed in how many minutes? 15 minutes. Good ratio. Last 15 minutes we have completed 26 MCQs. Those who are watching live can comment. Is this helpful to all of you? Huh? Even if you're writing the exam in September, December, कभी कभी reverse पढ़ने में मजा आता है. Just enjoy this MCQ and then when you go back and check, it will be clear. Okay. Charitable trust questions I don't want to do. How many ICDS are there? Simple, 10. I told you. Expenditure in winning from card games not deductible. Just now we did lottery 15 May 16,000 expenditure not deductible. Tax payable by a resident individual if he has long-term capital gain of 2,60,000. Beautiful question. Ma'am, aren't question repeated? We have just done this question. कि 260 इनकम है तो उसको बेसिक एग्जेम्पशन मिलेगा, या इफ ही इज अ रेसिडेंट, हियर ही इज अ नॉन रेसिडेंट, so he will not get the basic exemption, and this whole income will be taxable at 20%, so 52,000 plus 4% health and education cess. Stake money on owning and maintaining races is 70,000 and expenses incurred is 20,000. What is taxable? Here students usually say this answer. आई एम मेकिंग यू अवेयर कि स्टूडेंट माइंडसेट से हम कैसे सॉल्व कर रहे हैं इसको. मैम आपने अभी तो बताया ना, कैजुअल इनकम विल बी फ्लैट टैक्सेबल, नो एक्सपेंसेस अलाउड. बट इफ यू आर ओनिंग एंड मेंटेनिंग हॉर्स रेसेस, इट्स अ बिजनेस, related to that expense are allowed, and your income is 50,000. Rent after deducting municipal tax is 2 lakh. So GAV minus municipal tax, this is NAV. What will be the income from NAV? Say, shall I allow 30% standard deduction? And income will be 1,40,000. Clear? Contribution to approved research, but not scientific. First of all, is it allowed? Yeah. Not only scientific research, statistical research is also allowed. But this financial year 23-24 onwards, for inter-final, all the student, these bit questions are important. If you are writing September exam, don't just close. कभी reverse भी पढ़ना चाहिए. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? तो nowhere weightage deduction is allowed. Am I clear, or shall I say more loudly? Scientific research, statistical research, IIT, national laboratory, everywhere the upper limit is 100%. Rebate under section 87A is allowed to a resident whose total income does not exceed 5 lakh. And in the default tax regime, it's 7,50,000. But यहाँ कुछ पूछा नहीं है, तो we will do 5 lakh. Payment under Bhopal gas leak disaster. Recently, a movie also came. It was one of the biggest disaster. So, if the government gave compensation, is it going to be fully taxable, partially exempt, or none? Fully exempt. See, whenever there's natural calamity and you get, what do you call it? You get a payment from government, it's going to be deductible, I mean say fully exempt. Okay, right. Next, कहाँ थे हम? Compensatory field allowance, कोई 3 allowance याद रखो. Children education allowance 100, hostel expenditure 300, handicapped के लिए transport allowance, बस, more than enough. Time limit for acquisition of self-constructed house. Okay, self-constructed house. You are selling one house and you want to buy one house. Purchase 2 years forward. But यहाँ पे construction भी है तो 3 years forward. TCS, is it applicable on motor vehicle? Yes, when the value exceeds 10 lakhs. 1% TCS लगता है ना. Interest rate on refund as per section 244A is 6%. See, when you have to pay interest, you have to pay 1% per month. 234A, B, C. That is equal to 12%. और जब refund आता है ना, तो 0.6 मतलब 6%. Please comment as a teacher. I'm putting so much of effort. You have seen marathon lectures, fast revision videos, strategy I have made, and now we are doing MCQs. If you want, tomorrow we'll do GST MCQ. If you can comment and tell me, is my speed fine? You all are following or not? And promise that it's 1978 subscribers. Ab 2000 kar do. I'll be taking 2 minutes break to drink water because there's like non-stop. Okay, promise me some of your friends are not watching now because they are writing audit exam tomorrow, alternate day exam, है ना? So will you share it with them, right? Oh, super. Quantum of deduction under 80E. If you have taken housing loan in the previous year, 16 and 17, you get 50,000 tak deduction on interest on housing loan over and above 1,50,000 जो आपको ऑलरेडी मिल रहा है. समझ में आ रहा है? 1,50,000 you are already getting. Okay. Where सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड प्रॉपर्टी में मिलता है ना, वहां तो अब मैक्सिमम आपको 2 lakhs भी मिल रहा है. ओवर एंड अबव दैट रिमेनिंग यू कैन क्लेम हियर 50,000. आइलैंड ड्यूटी नहीं है, छोड़ दो. थ्रेशोल्ड लिमिट फॉर अ पर्सन हैविंग इनकम फ्रॉम बिजनेस हेड 44 AD. ओके. Hmm. 44 AD is presumptive taxation. So what is the threshold limit? 2 crores. Tax to be collected at source in case of commission. Any kind of commission, lottery related commission, insurance related commission, other commission, the rate is always 5%. When a person is having agricultural land and he sells the seeds taken from land to a nursery, which is also a part of the land. So all this is which income? Agricultural income. Simple. Shall I go little slow or all clear to all of you? An employer has paid medical insurance 12,000 in respect of salaried employee, drawing annual salary of 6 lakh. The amount of perquisite taxable in the hands of employee will be nil, 6,000, 12,000 or none of above, nil. Now see, nil and none of above. Nil means we know that if the employer is paying premium for employee, it's exempt. Health insurance, group insurance, accident policy exempt. हाँ, if employer is paying life insurance premium, it's taxable. ठीक है? समझ में आ रहा है बेटा आप सबको? तो इसका आंसर नील है क्योंकि ये exempt है, none of above नहीं है. The rate of depreciation for block of asset for building which is used in factory 10%. In case this is very important. Who signs which return usually comes in MCQs. In case of HUF, yeah, please do watch MTP also for 1 second, dear students. MTP मैंने solve करके रखा है CMA Inter का अभी वाला. Do watch that also. Yeah. In case of HUF, where the return of income cannot be signed by Karta, who will sign the return? Senior most male member, Karta's wife, any male member, any adult member of the family. There is no rule that after Karta, male member should only sign or his wife should only sign. Any adult member. You remember we have done one table who can sign and verify the return. Star means these kind of MCQs are too often asked. In case of individual and HUF, TDS provisions are attracted only if their books of accounts are audited. But that books of accounts are audited, you have to check in immediately preceding financial year, current year, last 2 financial year or none, just the previous year. If last year my books of accounts are audited, even if I am an individual in HUF, TDS provisions are applicable. If not audited, 60 lakhs, 80 lakhs, chota mota turnover hai, no problem. Senior citizen is having total income pension. Okay, and let out property income of 6 lakhs and pension का income है, must have paid advance tax. So for financial year, as I said, पुराना ही है, don't get confused. But ये आपका questions are really good. So I said, rather than waiting कि we'll get it all aligned, I'll just discuss it to help you for the upcoming exam. चलो, तो ये जो 6 lakhs, उसका क्या income है बेटा? Let out or pension. If a senior citizen is not having business income, it's okay. He need not pay the advance tax. No. Ramji is employed in ABC Limited, who maintained a hospital for treatment of employees during the financial year 15-16, and the value of the medical facility available for Ramji's family from the hospital was 2,10,000. Okay, the amount of medical perquisite taxable will be how much? Chargeable to tax. So this company maintained the hospital, and in that treatment is taken. Okay, this hospital is maintained by the company, and in that treatment is taken by employee, then it is exempt. Answer is nil. It is exempt. Nice. Lakshman occupied his apartment till December 2015 and thereafter occupied the quarters provided by employer. Apartment of Lakshman was let out at 20,000 again from January. Okay. What will be the annual value of the property? Till December, so you were staying April to December. Now, because you have shifted January, February, March, 3 months you have let out. So, what will be the GAV? 60,000. When a company paid 5 lakhs to IIT to carry out research unrelated to the company, will they get a deduction? Yes. When you donate to IITs and national laboratories, it's not that you have to donate with your this thing, your field only. So 100% आपको deduction मिलेगा, right? Okay. A has loss from. I am to not tired. I am energetic. When you are tired, tell me. Remaining questions we can discuss tomorrow also in part B. A has from regular business 8 lakhs income and from speculative income from speculative 11 less or regular business में loss है. So business loss 8 lakh, speculative income 11 lakhs. Can be set off? Answer is yes. Business loss can be set off in business income. Business loss can be set off in speculative income. Speculative loss can be set off only in speculative income and can be carried forward for 4 years. Business loss बिल्कुल set off होगा और आंसर है इसका 3 lakh. AOP याद है? Association of person. It can have individual, HUF, partnership firm, कोई भी. Individuals, person other than individual, none of the above. AOP में it's like group of persons coming together. So in that someone can be individual, someone can be HUF, कुछ भी हो सकते हैं. An Indian company where the place of effective management, POEM, is outside India will always be resident. Irrespective of control and management, Indian company is always resident. Foreign company is resident if 100% the control and management is in India. Casual income received by the SSC. Okay. Casual income, is it taxable? Yes. Exempt, taxable, fully exempt, none, fully taxable. Casual income, lotteries, gaming, all this is taxable in income from other sources. Free meal is given for 200 days by employer working in remote area. Exempt. But up to 50 per meal hai. But if it is remote area, then it is fully exempt because it is in remote area. वहां खाना मिलेगा नहीं और कंपनी को ही देना पड़ेगा. Unrealized rent is that part of the rent which is due but not received. Shall we deduct it from GAV? Yeah. GAV is 10,000 per month for 12 months, 120. But February and March rent this person has not paid. So nikal do. Remove it. So what's the answer for this? Unrealized rent shall be excluded from GAV or NAV? GAV. Deduction under section 32AD is allowed to 32AD मतलब आपका specified business. Corporate SSE, non-corporate or corporate or non-corporate in notified area. Production of fertilizer, 2-star and above hotel, hospital, multi-speciality, वो सबको allowed है ना. For the purpose, at least 5 times they have asked this question. At least the star marks one, I'm saying it should be very clear to all of you. For the purpose of computation of capital gain, STT is allowed as a deduction, neither allowed as a deduction nor forming part of cost. See, when you purchase and sell the shares, you pay brokerage, you pay stamp duty, you pay STT, but STT is not allowed as a deduction. Clear to all of you? This point is super duper important for solving the questions also. Loss from trading in derivatives can be carried forward for 4 or 8 years. First, very important is loss from trading in derivatives. Is it a speculative loss or business loss? Specifically, they have said that trading in derivatives is not a speculative income. It's a normal business income. So normal business income mein, if loss is there, you will carry it forward for how many years? 8 years. Please promise me that you will share it with all your friends who are today busy writing audit exam. Absolutely fine. Tomorrow, also study DT and IDT before the day of exam. That is Saturday, you have exam 2 to 5. So morning 6 to 8 like that. 2 hours mein ya 1 hour mein. Make sure you watch these MCQs. Okay? It will give you a combined practice. And really they are good. Forget about the date and all. ठीक है अब उसको सब चेंज करके करने जाओ और everyone does like that किसी को कॉपी करके we make the MCQ simple I'm telling you it's not wrong to agree and some MCQs definitely in the class when we feel this is confusing this needs clarity we make it there itself it's already printed in your DT compiler but अब कहीं कोई questions बहुत अच्छे हैं that's why I picked up this. Deductions under ATE in respect of interest on education loan is allowed for ATE. Education loan is allowed for how many years? 8 years. Dividend received by shareholder of Indian company engaged in growing and manufacturing tea. Okay. Again, they are coming round and round to same point. Agricultural income is exempt. Dividend will be 100% taxable as non-agricultural. It's not. You can't देखते से tea coffee देखते से agricultural income you can't apply 60-40. Array agricultural income is exempt for the company. But if this is the dividend which is received from agricultural company, you are the shareholder, you are receiving dividend, it is taxable in income from other sources. Okay. So many of you have joined now. Please go through the CMA preparation strategy, I think 8 to 10 minutes. And also watch the MTP which I have solved for CMA Inter. That will give you a mindset and a paper pattern. REF में और change है छोड़ दो. Next now. Cash gifts which are received by HUF from his members to the extent of 75,000. ये किसकी income होगी? Member की ना. Followed? So many times HUF member what he does? He throws income, gifts and all in common hodgepodge. but that will always be taxable for the HUF itself. Okay, right. I myself am giving two contradicting theory. I hope okay. One is to watch chapter wise revision. Uske ek do important question. Next chapter wise revision. Uska and MCQ you can do on the day of exam early morning. Or if you're tired writing accounts paper and just want to relax and enjoy this combined knowledge, you can definitely go for this now. Thank you for all the likes. Subscribe to it and make this 1977 subscribers reach to 2000 at least. Just look at the live में ही चले जाओ. हर एक क्लास लाइव है ना, रिकॉर्डिंग है ना कुछ, और बहुत सारा मटेरियल दिया है आप सबके लिए. I got amazing response for the 4 lectures of custom. Literally final students ma'am इसके बाद FTP भी आप ही करा दो, but there are some offline constraints also. Thank you so much. All your comments, all your likes are really helpful. Chalo. Now, following is taxable under salaries. Gift received by employee from employer. Okay. Employer employee को कुछ भी देता है, गिफ्ट भी देता है, कहाँ टैक्सेबल होगा? सैलरी में. सैलरी विच इज रिसीव्ड बाय पार्टनर कहाँ टैक्स होगा? बिजनेस हेड. Fees received by director from a company, business head or other source. Commission received by agent and principal. But if the employer is giving gift to employee, it will be taxable under salary. Ma'am, what difference does it make? Salary में tax करो या other source में? If you tax it under salary, will you give standard deduction 50,000? Yes. In all the regime, old regime and new regime, yes. Maximum amount which is not chargeable to tax in case, I know I should give you the chance कि चलो अभी इनके MCQ टाइप करके भेजो, बट सबका टाइम प्रेशियस है और आप लोग बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ो, कॉन्फिडेंटली अच्छा एग्जाम लिखो. यू ऑल हैव प्रैक्टिस सो मच इन द प्रैक्टिस बैच. चैप्टर वाइज एग्जाम भी लिखें तो पेन फ्लो होगा डेफिनेटली. Maximum amount which is not chargeable to tax in case of non-resident, very senior citizen. So maximum amount which is not chargeable to tax in case of non-resident is 2,50,000. Star market, very important, ma'am. Senior citizen 3 lakh, super senior citizen 5 lakh. That is for resident. Here he is a non-resident. Especially for all the final students who write DTAA exam. Is this a nice reminder? Non-resident के लिए basic exemption 2,50,000 ही है, even if he is 80 years or 70 years. If the partnership firm will become resident in India, if control and management is totally in India or totally or partially in India, or place of effective management is in India, or partners are resident. Partners are resident, उससे फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है. For partnership firm, control and management, partially or wholly in India, resident. Wholly outside India, non-resident. So this is part. It will become resident if it is control and management is totally or partially in India. Are you seeing how the answers are nearby? And this poem, place of effective management, we call it as Kavita, poem. This is applicable for whom, beta? Company. Transport allowance in case of disabled, 3,200 per month exempt. Education 100, hostel 300, over and out. हो गया रिविजन. ट्रस्ट के क्वेश्चन नहीं करना है, अभी नहीं पूछ रहे आपको. इनकम फ्रॉम फार्म हाउस आउटसाइड इंडिया, is it agricultural income? Obviously not. Agricultural income received from Sri Lanka, इधर उधर सब जगह से, it is very well taxable. So it's non-agricultural income taxable. While calculating TDS, surcharge is also considered if the payee is a non-resident or a foreign company, domestic company, or any SSC. So in case of फॉरेन कंपनी के केस में टीडीएस के साथ सरचार्ज भी लगेगा अगर एप्लीकेबल है. When the shares of unlisted company, you remember one day I've taken the class only for age of the capital asset. So unlisted, if they are held for more than 24 months, it will be long term. Listed shares more than 12 months. This categorization is there, better clear. See, if shares are held just in the DT compiler, please comment below how many of you have actually studied from the DT and IDT and custom compiler. I have given the full print with booster notes, question answers in the Telegram. तो उसमें मैंने एज ऑफ द असेट का एक टेबल बनाया. दैट होल टेबल इज प्रिपेयर्ड डायरेक्टली. मतलब मैंने ही पूरा टेबल बनाया, कहीं से कुछ लिया नहीं है, विद अ कॉमन लॉजिक. So just revise that, and anyhow unlisted shares age is 24 months. Personal effect are not a capital asset, but it does not cover jewelry, immovable property, drawings, all of the above. Personal effects are exempt, but it excludes all jewelry, immovable property, drawings. These become taxable. TDS on अब sections याद रहते हैं तो ठीक है, नहीं तो don't take much tension for these kind of questions. TDS on interest on securities is 193. Dividend 194 is 10%. Every exam, true and false, MCQs, लिखो. Every time minors income clubbed with parents. Minors income clubbed with parents. How much exemption they will get? 1500 per child. It's like we are taking MCQ marathon, 200 bits solved. Why I'm saying 200, it's more than 220 bits, but in between few I'm cancelling. Accounts of political party are required to be audited by a chartered accountant. Loss from 35 AD can be carried forward for indefinite period to be set off in 35 AD. Can it be adjusted against any business income? Cannot be adjusted in income from salary or income from specified business. If you have a 2-star and above hotel in Agra and another 2-star and above hotel in Madurai, you can set off these losses. And please remember 35 AD losses can be carried forward for indefinite period. ICDS 2, 1 stands for accounting policy, 2 stands like your AS2. अगर याद है तो करो, जैसे 4 वाला रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्निशन है, नहीं है तो छोड़ दो. FIIs और वो सब अभी नहीं पढ़ना. TDS on commission other than insurance commission 5%. Valuation of inventory. ICDS के इतने डिटेल भी क्वेश्चन नहीं है. Pankaj is a partner. He will be assessable as firm or individual or HUF or none. Individual. In case of local authority, the return of income is verified by principal officer. HUF karta, company MD, partnership firm partner, LLP designated partner. Who will sign always comes in MCQs. In case of self-occupied, following category of the persons are considered. Only individuals and HUFs. Self-occupied property में किसको भी part लेने नहीं मिलता. Amortization of preliminary expenses. You remember? Preliminary expenses are allowed 1/5 every day under every year under section 35D for 5 continuous years. Please, if you are not able to answer, take it as an additional knowledge. After my explanation, you will remember it for sure. Okay? But none of you are commenting. All clear, ma'am, the speed is fine, or go slow, or what? I don't know. Your wish. Amortization of preliminary expense is restricted to 5% of the cost of the project. अगर आपका प्रोजेक्ट का कॉस्ट 50 लाख है तो 2,50,000 5%, and this is also allowed 1/5 every year. Unabsorbed business losses cannot be carried forward for more than 8 years. हाँ, unabsorbed business losses तो कितने साल चलेंगे आपके? 8 years. If it is depreciation, then indefinite period. Tired, then we will do it in one more part tomorrow. That is also fine. Or shall we continue and complete so that whenever you wish, you can check. I'm doing till 100. Put me a message how you want to go. Best judgment assessment is always done under 144 section. See, if you're not giving anything, then they have to do. Leave salary limit. They have given 3 lakh, but now it is changed to 25 lakhs is the answer. Deduction is not allowed to assess while computing income from other sources. When you compute other source, do you get tax deduction? No. Interest outside India is not allowed if you don't deduct TDS, personal expenditure. All of the above is answer. Means what are the deductions which are not allowed while you compute income from other sources? So, all of them. When Balu paid royalty to Peter for use of technical know-how, such payment is. Balu is paying royalty to Peter. Though he is from Sweden, but he is paying royalty for technical know-how to be used in India. Will it be taxable in India? Yes. Exempt? No. Accrues in Sweden? No. Received kahin pe bhi ho. Accruing in India. Why? Because it is being used in India. Hari, resident in India, receives 11 lakhs by way of dividend. Such dividend, it is taxable now at regular rates. Dividends are very well taxable now at regular rates. When an employee receives money on closure of National Pension Scheme, Atal Bima Yojana, what it will be? It is chargeable to tax exempt, 40% exempt, 60% taxable. That's the answer. Employer's contribution to superannuation fund, you remember? It is exempt up to 1,50,000. Beyond that, it will be taxable. Long-term capital gain arising from transfer of unlisted shares in the hands of non-resident. Okay. It is taxable. At what rate? It is long-term shares but unlisted है तो routine 20%. अगर listed है तो 112 A में STT deduct होगा 1 lakh additional exemption. Balance 10%. But other long-term capital gain, unlisted shares, plot, property, jewelry, all is taxable at 20%. 80I ke deductions we have not done, so I'm skipping. Due date of filing the return ke questions I'm skipping, but you all know our financial year is 23-24, so 31st December 24 tak you can file. Okay. When copyright is acquired for 50 lakhs in October, don't go for the year, but October, and you are using it in December, that means you are using it for less than 180 days. What will be the depreciation? 50 lakhs, and it is copyright, patent, technical know-how, so 20%, uska 50%. Likho. 50 ka 25%. उसका 50%. 6,25,000 depreciation. Tax liability of HUF नहीं करना है. ओहो, every exam this is an important. Already this doubt is also asked by so many students. Interest on post office saving joint account, it is exempt up to 7,000. Had it been single account, it is exempt up to 3,500. When cash is deposited into the saving bank account, quote of PAN is mandated. When you deposit above 50,000 cash in your own account, PAN card देना जरूरी है. For the purpose of levy of income other than agricultural income, union list. Okay, agricultural income तो exempt है. बाकी कहाँ पे दिया है आपका 82. Following is not a head of income. House property is a head, salary is a head, income from interest on securities, this is not head of income. This should come under the head income from other sources. The answer is this. This comes in MCQs. जो मैंने important mark किए हैं वो देख लेना, बार बार आते हैं. Total income is rounded off in the multiples of 10 rupees. So 267,888 is 267,890. मैम 888 भी कर सकते हैं ना, सिर्फ डेसिमल निकाल दो. तो ये वाला आंसर देखो, very nearby answers are given. What is the correct answer? 88, make it as 90. Just 2-3 more you answer. I'm not giving a break. We are doing it like a marathon, completing, but I need just 2 minutes. I'll be back. Thank you for waiting. Chalo. Let us continue with more MCQs. Anywhere you are feeling that the concept is not clear, click the duration and send me a few. I have given 5-7 stars. They are very important. And if you feel you have heard it, you know it, that will build your confidence. If not, this will add on. Okay, ठीक है. अब पता चल गया कि this is the answer. It's okay. Income tax is a indirect tax, entertainment tax, direct tax, obviously. Ma'am, this was the first dialogue we heard when we came to CA in or CMA Inter, right? An individual Hindu undivided family is said to be resident in India if family has a house, members of HUF is in India, control and management is wholly and partially in India. Then for the resident and ordinary resident, who will decide? Yeah, that will be decided by the Karta. So partnership firm, HUF, whether they will be resident or not, it will be decided by control and management wholly or partially in India. If control and management wholly outside India, then non-resident. Are you all following or not? Comment below. If you feel that no, we want to revise, ma'am, income tax, everything, there's one day's holiday and the day you go to write exam 2 to 5, that day early morning you want to do bit questions, absolutely okay. But that time you'll have to watch recording. Now you can comment, you can like, you can share, and you can subscribe. What do you say? 1800 2000 हो जाएंगे आज subscribers पक्का? An individual is said to be resident in India if अरे this one तो we did no, वो HF का था individual. हाउस इन इंडिया से क्या फर्क पड़ता है? रेसिडेंट, इफ ही इज इन इंडिया फॉर 182 days or more, 30 days his parents, no, all those conditions are not applicable. Very simple. An Indian citizen leaving abroad for employment or as a member of crew, he is said to be resident if he is in India for again 182 days or more, 60 days or more, 365 days. This condition, second basic condition, is not applicable to person who is going out of India for employment purpose or as a member of crew or residing outside India and coming to visit India. These three cases, 182 days or more, if you are in India, it will be counted. The day you come to India, the day you leave from India, dono lenge. An individual being foreign national came to India first time during the previous year. ठीक है, 17 18. I told you there are some dates which are old one. अगर confuse हो जा रहे तो छोड़ दो question. Following income of resident and ordinary resident is taxable in India. Bank interest from SBI. He's a resident and ordinary resident, right? Resident and ordinary resident. Bank interest from SBI, bank interest from New York, rental income, and all of the above. Answer is all of the above. Why, beta? Because he's a resident and ordinary resident on world income. Income received in India, deemed to receive. Accrued, deemed to. 1 hour I have explained residential status, and within 24 hours the view went up to more than 500. Check it. One lecture, it will be clear to you, of 45 minutes. It's a revision video. Rapid revision videos for DT. And if you like this MCQs and if you comment and respond well, I'll surely take the MCQ bits for costing also on Saturday. Which of the following is an agricultural income? Dividend paid by company out of its agricultural income? No, that's not agricultural income. Share of profit to partner who is involved in agricultural operation? Yes. Supply of water supply? No. Money lender को जो हम agricultural produce देते. See, for me it's an agricultural income. But if I have taken money from lender and instead of interest, if I pay them agricultural produce, it's not agricultural income for that money lender. Are you getting? He's just getting interest in a different form. Instead of paying interest 1 lakh rupees, I am giving him wheat bags of 1 lakh rupees. So what is agricultural income? In case of partnership firm, profit of partner is exempt, but that profit is treated as agricultural income. बहुत अच्छे questions हैं. Which of the following income is received by SSC are exempt under section 10 of the Income Tax Act? Agricultural income. Is it exempt from the Income Tax Act? Yes. Salary of a partner, वो तो taxable है. Salary received by a member, यही. Only agricultural income is exempt under section 10(1). But indirectly, it is also taxable for rate purpose. In case of individual and HUF, agricultural income is exempt but included in total income for rate purpose. See, ma'am, just now you said that agricultural income is exempt, but it is again added in total income for rate purpose. Ma'am, how? Agricultural income and non-agricultural income, calculate the tax. Agricultural and basic exemption. ऐसे In case of SSC engaged in business of manufacturing, T, his agricultural income is 60% of the business income, not receipt. 60% of, पहले ना आप एडलेस करके बिजनेस इनकम निकाल लो, फिर 60% एग्जेम्प्ट कर दो, 40% taxable. Remuneration of a partner who is engaged in growing rubber. Okay. Partly agriculture, partly non-agricultural income, or non-agricultural income, or none. See, rubber plantation में 65% is exempt, 35% is taxable. So that way partner's income will be treated. Okay. Oh God, to break the monotony of MCQ, why this question, Charan Saini ma'am? As मैं 12th में हूँ and can every student do CA? Yes. Dipti ma'am, 2 decades back, 2 decades, 1995, I started my journey with 63% in 10th class and 67% in 12th class. Qualified CA, cleared foundation, cleared inter and final में 2 बार fail होके. तो बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, सब कुछ नहीं है. But consistency, hard work, many things are there which automatically when you come in this zone, you will do it. God bless you. Well, all the best, beta. चलो मुझे लगता है काफी क्वेश्चंस हो गए हैं एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम के. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट टैक्सेबल अंडर द हेड सैलरी? रेम्यूनरेशन पेड टू लेक्चरर ऑफ अ कॉलेज, दिस इज टैक्सेबल एज ऑनोरोरियम इन अदर सोर्स. सैलरी रिसीव्ड बाय अ मेंबर ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट, वो तो सैलरी में ही टैक्स होगी, नॉट टैक्सेबल. तो ये अदर सोर्स में टैक्स हो रहा है. Commission received by employee director, this will be taxable under salary and business head. मतलब डायरेक्टर अगर एम्प्लॉय डायरेक्टर है कंपनी का तो आइदर उसकी बिजनेस इनकम होगी और इनकम फ्रॉम अदर सोर्स भी. सो आंसर इज ए एंड सी. इट विल नॉट बी टैक्सेबल अंडर द हेड सैलरीज. Employer's contribution to URPF, it is exempt. But when you receive lump sum, then employer's contribution and interest is taxable as profit in lieu of salary. Employee का खुद का contribution what he has put is exempt. Remaining is taxable as income from other sources. Domestic servant is engaged by employer and salary is paid by him. The perquisite is, if a domestic servant is engaged by the employer and salary is paid by him, is it taxable? Yeah, it is going to be taxable for all. Or not taxable in the hands of both specified or taxable in the hands of specified employees? Taxable to the extent no. It is taxable for specified employees, but अब सभी specified है, 50,000 के above salary. Specified employees concept is only not important now. What is taxable under salary? Salary of MPs and all other source commission बाहर जाएगा. Family pension received. Okay. Or both A and B. What is going to be taxable? Might be employee director. See, if you are full-time director under a company, it will be taxable under salary, your commission as a director, and TDS will be deducted under 192. If you are part-time director in many company, तो फिर income from other source में tax होगा, फिर TDS भी 194J. Professionals की तरह it will be deducted. Okay. Specified employee questions are not important, leave it. Rate of interest accruing particulars in RPF is 12.5%. How much interest is exempt? 9.5%. What will be taxable? 3%. That's the rule, dear students. I'm literally saying it really takes daring to solve it like this, tuck. पर पता नहीं अगर ऐसा लग रहा है कहीं पे कि नहीं आज 100 करने थे, कल 100 करने थे. To be very frank, you all are having your schedules. Same with me. Statutory limit under 16(2) for deduction of entertainment allowance. In case of non-government employee, nil. Only for government employees, you get statutory deduction up to 5,000 or 1/5 of salary and so on. Okay. Taxable value of the perquisite being sweat equity shares, ESOP. Okay. पहले ये बताओ 230 के shares if the employer is giving to you at 180. Is this difference? You are getting the shares at 180 as ESOP because you are employee. Market value है 230, तो 50 rupees कहाँ taxable होगा? Salary, right? The fair market value of such shares as on date when option is excised or vested, excise, as reduced by the amount paid. 230 share you are getting in 180, 180 तो पे किया, तो taxable कितना होगा? 50. NAV of the self-occupied property is treated as fair rent, nil, reasonable rent reduced by municipal tax. GAV minus municipal taxes, NAV. One out of following house property is not exempted. Which is that? House property of political party to exempted. House property let out for purpose of own business. House property of local authority exempted. B bit is the answer. Followed, right. A house property located outside India, is it taxable for all the SSEs? Taxable in the hands of non-resident or taxable in the hands of resident and ordinary resident? Why non-resident will pay the tax if property is situated outside India? Rental income भी उसको Switzerland में मिल रही. He himself is a non-resident. Why he will pay the tax? Deduction under section 24A is 30% of the NAV or GAV. 30% of NAV. GAV less municipal taxes, you get NAV. NAV ka 30% is standard deduction and then interest on loan. Interest relating to pre-construction interest is allowable in 5 equal installments. From here it is incurred, galat hai. When the construction is over, from that year onwards, 1/5 every year is allowed. So none of the above is the answer. In the year when it is incurred, no. In the year when house was completed. When construction is over, we have taken the loan in 2019 and construction is over in 22. So 23 onwards for 5 years, pre-construction interest is allowed 1/5 every year. For the purpose of claiming higher deduction under 24B, while computing income of a self-occupied property, SSE is required to take. अगर ज़्यादा deduction है तो loan should be taken after 1499. Correct or not? If loan is taken before 1499, interest is allowed in case of self-occupied property only 30,000. Now it is allowed 2 lakh. Income from subletting. I have taken one property on rent and I have opened coaching classes. I am only tenant. A part of coaching class I have given to canteen wala. Subletting is always taxable in other source because I am not the owner. Market important. ये पूछते हैं. Deduction under 24A is not available when NAV is 0, positive 0 or negative. Okay, right? So deductions under 24A is not available if the NAV is 0. Like in self-occupied property, if the NAV is 0, it is not available. Okay? Enough of questions. These are very simple from the house property, preliminary expenses and all. Yeah. Family planning expenditure 1/5 is allowed for capital expenditure. and revenue is 100% allowed only in case of company. Okay, right. 35D deduction is for cold chain power plant, setting up of industrial unit और all of above. सिर्फ cold chain, इनको नहीं मिलता. Followed. Right. Simple questions are there. Check it, answer it. In case of loss, very important. See, if there is a loss, can we say to partner, sorry, you have worked hard, you are a working partner, we will not be able to pay you remuneration. Even in case of loss, 1,50,000 remuneration you have to pay. Ma'am, but by that way the loss will increase. Let it increase. It's okay. Badne do. Block of asset is required to be increased by an amount which is actual cost of asset covered under 35 AD. Then that amount is okay. Block of assets 35 AD में link करके whatever you have to add and then take it. ठीक है, they'll not ask such kind of the question. A payment of 25,000 is made to road transporter in cash. Is it disallowed? Nil. No. Why? Because for transport, how much is allowed, dear students? 35,000. Capital gain under section 54 will be exempt if house property transferred under transfer is held for less than 12 months, more than 12 months, 36 months, or more than 24 months preceding the date of transfer. Less than 12 months. You know, if date of transfer is this, say September 23, then 1 month prior, 2 years later, 3 years later, you can buy the property. Followed, all of you? Capital gain on slum sale, section 50B. याद है आपको? Lump sum they sell the furniture, the building, the assets, all. It will be short term or long term, that depends on the holding period of asset. If one of the asset is also long term, the whole slum sale, कोई index नहीं मिलता, sale consideration minus net worth we do. याद है? Slum sale की problem किए हैं हमने capital gain. Please refer the chapter wise revision videos and the CMA MTP solved. Abhi ka last ek do attempt ka if you want to check. While computing the capital gain on sale of immovable property, full value of consideration shall be actual consideration, actual minus expenditure, actual or stamp duty, whichever is higher. Section 50C. Actual sale consideration से अगर stamp duty ज़्यादा है तो take that as your sale consideration under section 50C. 150 questions we are nearby to completing and time is 1 hour 15 minutes. और एक 40 minutes तो लगेंगे पक्का. Cost of acquisition of the capital asset, immovable property acquired through gift, covered under 49(4). Okay, when you get it through gift, you have to take the cost of the previous owner, nil, or stamp duty as considered, or the actual cost of acquisition. If you have got the property as gift, you have to take the cost of the previous owner, but stamp duty value. हाँ, but अगर आपको gift में मिला है, तो stamp duty value you will take and the difference might be taxable. You remember 80 lakhs property I have sold to you in 60 lakhs. So as if 20 lakhs I have given to you as gift. ठीक है? ये long term के question simple है, छोड़ दो. Caution money, good. They have given new name. It's like advance money. If you receive and the deal is cancelled, it's always going to be taxable as other source. Not exempt, not taxable at 30% and all. Done. Cost of acquisition of self-generated asset, goodwill, patent, copyright, loom, ये सब nil होता है, except bonus shares. Ma'am, but you taught us that cost of the bonus shares is nil. That is, if it is acquired after 1/4/2001. Interest on delayed compensation is always taxable on receipt basis. Whenever enhanced compensation will be received, it will be taxable. While computing the taxable interest on delayed compensation, standard deduction 50% is allowed in income from other sources. Okay, right. Date chhod do, but you have purchased a painting at 5 lakh, whereas market value is 525. If the difference exceeds 50,000, it will be taxable under 56 clause 210. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? So the answer is nothing is taxable. Why? Because whenever a gift is received, the difference value should exceed 50,000. It's not exceeding 50,000. The provision of section 56 to 10 is applicable. See, if you're writing in September or December, can you please message to all your friends to solve at least 20 MCQs every day? वो भी practice हो जाएगी बहुत अच्छे से. Again and again I cannot do this work because we also have other schedules, है ना? Provisions of 56 to 10 is applicable to all the SSCs, gift wale. Lottery and all, at what rate TDS is to be deducted? 30%, 194 BB mein, if the winning exceeds 10,000. While computing income from other sources, deduction is not allowed to SSC. For personal expense, ये पहले भी आ गया. All of them. कुछ भी deduction नहीं मिलेगा. This is a repeated question. Somewhere if I am feeling that it is repeated, I'll skip that question. Gift के question बहुत हो गया, skip ही करो. One of the following is taxable as income from other sources. Uncommuted pension, no. Income from racing, rental income, income on transfer of rural agricultural land. Racing, horse races income is always taxable in income from other sources. A person is deemed to having substantial interest in a company if he has more than 20% shares. In partnership firm, more than 20% voting right. Income of minor is clubbed in. Clubbing provision is not applicable if minor is married daughter, minor is handicapped, parents are separated. Okay. So generally, even if it is a married minor daughter, income is clubbed in the hands of the parent. But if the minor is handicapped and she is claiming ATU, then minor's income will not be clubbed in the hands of parents. If she is handicapped, she can claim flat 1,25,000 deduction. Otherwise, parents will claim 80D. Chalo. Are you getting the flow now, all of you? House property kiya, business head kiya, capital gain, other source, सब हम आ गए. See, this I say on the very first day. Income is clubbed if income is transferred without transferring the asset. Without transferring the asset, if income is transferred, it's going to be clubbed. Any income from an asset which is transferred to spouse without adequate consideration is clubbed in the hands of transferor. If asset is held by spouse on the last day, relationship between them exists and transfer is not a yay. See, if husband is transferring asset to wife out of love and affection, as long as she is using, no problem. But if that income is taxable, it's going to be taxed in the hands of husband. Why? because the day they have transferred the asset, that day relationship was there. If it is for divorce, it's not going to be taxable. If individual has substantial interest in company, if 20% voting right he is having along with his relative, spouse, father, relative does not include father-in-law. याद है relative की definition है? Son, father, grandfather, grandson, mother, parents, brothers, sisters, their spouse. But not father-in-law. Father-in-law is not in. Unabsorbed business losses cannot be carried forward for more than 8 years, except depreciation, which can be carried forward for indefinite period. मैं वो extra बता रही हूँ. Long-term capital loss cannot be adjusted against lottery capital gain. Long-term capital gain can be adjusted only in, sorry मैंने गलत पढ़ा. Long-term capital loss can be set off only in long-term capital gain. Anyone trusting me that set off is a separate head और जितना capital gain पढ़ते हैं उतना ही weightage अगर set off का है, तो make sure please you watch set off revision video of 45 minutes and it's going to be clear. Unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for n number of years. 80CCC annuity premium का deduction कितना मिलता है? 1,50,000. 80E, E for education, interest on education loan का deduction मिलता है. 80GGA is available for which donations? Charitable, for donations made to charitable institution, education institution, research or religious or research. 80GGA research के लिए मिलता है. ठीक है, ये सब नहीं है, छोड़ दो. There's so much change. 80QQB is for authors. 80RRB. ठीक है. Advance tax is required to paid by all the SSE only if the tax liability exceeds 10,000 and more. If you are a छोटा मोटा SSE and it is only 10,000, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. While computing advance tax, following income shall be considered: agricultural income, long-term capital gain, speculative income, none of. For advance tax, you can take your regular income. You can't predict if this property will be sold and I'll get capital gain. So you can't consider that. When it is actually incurred, sudden speculative profit and all, after that, whatever installment is there, you can consider. This is also asked so much in MCQs that if a GTA, goods transport agency wala is there, is not having more than 10 vehicles, tax is required to be deducted. If we deducted at nil, if he furnishes PAN. अगर वो अपना PAN card दे देता है तो tax will be nil. Tax is required to be deducted at, ये तो same वैसे ही करा. Plant and machinery है ना, तो 2%. Tax is required to be deducted at dash from interest payable to a resident. Okay, so interest के लिए what is the rate? 10%. Cess and all is there only for non-residents. Clear to all of you? Now we have moved almost to the end of the MCQs. If you feel that you are going to do 30 MCQs for your September or December attempt, complete and message me. Lot of effort I have taken in discussing this, in checking all this. तो अच्छे से इसको यूज करो, शेयर करो, सब्सक्राइब करो and make sure कि now we are a 2000 subscribers family. Tax is required to be collected on sale of scrap, तेंदू leaves, alcoholic liquor, all. TCS तो सब पे लगता है ना. TDS is not required under 194A if interest on loan. किसी को इंटरेस्ट ऑन लोन दिया है, and if it does not exceed 5,000. Now some limits and all, if you remember, fine, otherwise don't bother much. ठीक है, हो जाएगा. Salary में TDS is deducted on credit or payment basis? Payment basis. ठीक है, right. Assessment year related, all the questions I want to skip. 80 QQB we have done. Now 80 RRB. 80 RRB is for royalty for patents. QQB was for authors. Whatever money you bring to India is MCQ में नहीं है, but they can ask. It is exempt up to 3 lakhs of not what you earn, the money what you bring to India. Okay, right. Preliminary expenses can be amortized. 5% of the cost of the project ले लो और फिर उसका 1/5 every year allowed रहेगा. Maximum marginal rate is highest rate of taxes 30%. Highest rate of surcharge कितना है वो ले लो. And cess. I've made a separate video for MMR because with default tax regime it has changed now. ठीक है. Leave all these because इतना detail कौन सा ICDS है क्या है करने की जरूरत नहीं है. हाँ, नेशनल पेंशन स्कीम और अटल बीमा योजना, when you withdraw up to 25% it is exempt, then it is taxable. Okay, I have skipped few because dates and all are given, and okay, repetition about when SSC has loss from house property, बहुत important है. Maximum loss which can be set off with other heads is only 2 lakh. If it is 3,75,000, 2 lakh outer column में लिखो, 1,75,000 carry forward करो. If you have purchased the asset in 1980, you will take the cost of 1st April 2001. When a motor car is sold for 12 lakhs by a dealer, the amount he will collect will be 1%. TCS. If the motor car value exceeds 10 lakhs, not on the 2 lakh, full 12 lakhs pay, 1% TCS will be collected. Cash donations, generally deduction is not allowed, but it will be allowed if it exceeds, it is up to, sorry, if it does not exceed 2,000. Okay. These are all rates, years. NHAI REC bonds, the lock-in period is 5 years. Yeah, this one is asked. If a non-resident sportsman who is coming to play matches in India, TDS will be deducted at 20.194E, entertainer and all. Why 20.8? सेस के साथ डिडक्ट होगा. ठीक है, right. When partner of a firm transfers any capital asset to the firm for sale consideration, what is the value you have to take? Value which is recorded in books. That's the sale consideration. Partner ने अपनी एक property लाके firm में रख दिया, तो for partner it is sale. But what's the sale consideration value which is recorded in books? Right? This is there in capital gain chapter, beta. Medical insurance for senior citizen is allowed 50,000 under 80D, 25,000 for self. When a resident senior citizen is having gross total income 556, has derived saving account interest 8,200 FD, deduction he is eligible from gross total. 80 TTB मिलेगा because he is a senior citizen, वो भी up to ₹50,000. If he is not a senior citizen, he will get 80 TTA, यहाँ 50 मिलेगा. 80 TTA में सिर्फ saving account interest is deductible up to 10,000. 80 TTB में saving and FD both the interest are deductible. ठीक है? Okay, now these are all questions solved, I think. Surcharge and okay. Tax related questions are solved. Unlisted company, again the value is 24 months only. ठीक है. That's all for, it is 228, but maybe I've skipped 40 questions. So you can say 180 questions we have done. Promise that you will do 30 every day in 5 days. Then also, ma'am, but we have not completed, time kabhi sufficient nahi hoga. If your exam instead of September, it is November, then also it is not sufficient. So put yourself in little healthy pressure and study well. Thank you so much for trusting me and watching till end. Do share it with your friends और subscribe करो ना. 2000 तक पहुंचा दो. Share करो ये video. I've shared the strategy also for getting 60 marks. That's too good. कौन से pitfalls avoid करना है. और CMA के playlist में December 21 से all the MTPs RTPs I've checked. I don't want you to go and revise all. जो आपको करना है, at least for this June 24 and all, it is solved. That's all from my side. 115 BAC and your normal regime. What is the difference? 20 minutes video I have made. You can watch that also because I feel it's important for exam. Now it's your journey. I've been till here with you. After the exam, don't come and discuss the paper with me. मैम ऐसे क्यों बोल रहे इतना हार्श. मैं देख लूंगी कैसा आया पेपर. आई कम टू नो कि क्या पढ़ाया, किस टाइप के क्वेश्चन है. I did that for CA also and I was very happy to see so many questions. But frankly speaking, face-to-face classes are going on and online live batches also going on for costing and recorded are also there. So if any of your friends are writing and if you understand, please convey ki how fearless they will become if they practice every day with that mindset. और पूरा लिख के कर रहे हैं. Practice batch but बहुत डिटेल में कर रहे हैं. Booster notes, quality good questions. That's important, right? All the best to all of you. You will do well. God bless you all. Thank you. Bye bye, all of you.